All right, well, thanks for joining me this morning. I thought I would do a little something on neck pain and taking care of our necks. I think when it comes to pain, what some of our colleagues have taught us is going in forcefully is not always the best way to do things. And instead to sort of develop a feeling of compassion for ourselves and what our bodies and minds and spirits are dealing with a sense of compassion often works better, and often is more what we need instead of fighting against this thing that we are othering, this pain or discomfort that we're othering. So we're going to play around with some of that today using some acupressure techniques. So no matter what we do for our bodies or minds, we want to come into the present moment. So take some time to get settled in a seat. I'm seated. You could do this standing, be kind of challenging to do this lying down. So I recommend doing this seated. You don't need any kind of special chair to do this. Just take a moment to find and feel your body in this present moment in time and space. And we're going to pay a lot of attention to breath today. I think often that's what's missing when it comes to exercises that we do to address a particular part of our bodies. We often forget about the breath or we don't talk about it. And instead today we're gonna really focus on that. So to start, just take a moment to notice what your breath feels like right now, without any judgment, without changing anything. And maybe you can note where that breath seems to be drawn toward, if there's a particular part of your body. And we'll see if anything changes during our time together today. I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to be working with our hands in the neck and head area, and my glasses often get in the way. So if you wear glasses, you might want to do the same thing. And same thing if you have your hair in a particular style, just do the best you can working around that. So we're going to spend a lot of our time with our hands in the area of the center of our necks on either side of the spine, probably about an inch or so out from the spine, probably about in the middle of our neck. So take your two hands and let your fingertips rest on either side of your spine on your neck and let them rest there. We're not pressing in with force. We're not jamming in with knuckles or anything like that. Just let your hands rest in this place. If it's uncomfortable to have your elbows way out, you can certainly let your arms rest down. This entire sequence here, let your arms be comfortable. And let your fingertips just say hello to these two points on either side of your spine. And begin to bring your attention to your breath. Notice the turning of the inhales and the exhales here. As you feel this gentle sensation of your fingertips resting in this place. You might choose to start to make some circles with these fingers. Again, we'll be spending some time on these points. This is happens to be called bladder 10. You don't need to remember that. We're not even going to talk about why we're working on the bladder points, besides the fact that they run up your back and into your neck. Kind of take the intellect out of this and let's just work with the wisdom of our bodies today. All right. So once you feel like you've gotten to know these two locations on either side of your neck, take one hand, doesn't matter which one, away and let one hand, cup those two spots with the heel of your hand and your fingertips. So doing on the same location, but with one hand here. And take the other hand, you can use your fingertips, and place them right at the inner corner of your eyebrows here. And let your head be held between these two locations, supported at the back of your neck and supported at your forehead, just between your eyebrows. And again, come back to the rhythm of your breath here. You might choose to feel a gentle lift in these points, imagining your neck growing nice and long, and imagining these fingers at your inner eyebrow corners lifting up gently, lengthening and elongating your neck here. If at any time you want to switch hands, see what that's all about, go ahead and do that. And then see what it might be like to take the hand at your forehead away and using the heel of your hand, press, I'm going to turn my head just slightly so you can see, press in the area of your third eye, kind of above your eyebrows, close toward the center of your forehead. Gently press back on this third eye area as you elongate, and maybe gently squeeze with the opposite hand. Again, if elbows up is uncomfortable too much for your shoulders, let them release down. And return again to your breath. Bring your hands down, staying with breath here. Same grip with your neck. Again, I'm trying to show you heel of the hand and fingers on either side. Again, heel of the hand. And start to move the heel of the hand to the side of your forehead, different locations on your forehead and the side of your head as you gently lean your head into the heel of your hand. So explore in this way on one side of your body, finding places that might interest you, that you might want to explore a little bit more. And then maybe change hands and try it on the opposite side. Take the hand away from those points at the back of your neck and make a fist with a flat part. Turn it sideways so you can see with a flat part here, and place it somewhere on your neck, and use the same flat of your hand in different locations on the side of your head. So explore locations on your neck where you're resting, not pressing in too deeply, but just resting the flat of your fist into your neck and pressing gently with the flat of the heel of the hand on the opposite side of the head. And when it feels right for you to switch, go ahead and switch. Again, elbows up. If it's too much, let them come down. And you can choose to use different body parts if it works better for you. So maybe fingers are better for you. Fingertips are better for you because it allows your shoulders to release down. So make this practice and this sequence your own here. Just exploring, finding places that get your interest and maybe that are new to you, where you didn't realize that there were certain sensations. And again, instead of going in strongly, go in with a sense of compassion and take time to breathe in these locations. Okay, hands down. Give your shoulders and your arms a break. Send the breath up to bathe this area with your inhales and exhales. And then that same hand position, the curved hand over hand, start to explore the column of your neck. So climbing up your neck with your hands, one at a time, gentle squeeze in between, and then climbing back down. Maybe turning your head from side to side so you get some different angles as you do this. Acupressure really grew in a lot of ways out of where we naturally put our hands when our body is experiencing discomfort. And sometimes a gentle squeeze, not a punching in with those fists, but a gentle squeeze and almost like a weighted blanket, I'm thinking of it as. Sometimes that is the thing that helps the body feel supported and it will allow it to release a bit. Sometimes it's just feeling the sense of a hug. And it's not so much what you're doing, but how you're doing it. All right, let the arms rest. Let the breath bathe. When you're ready, take your hands. I like to start this way with my thumbs pointing up on either side of that ridge of bone at the base of your skull. A little bit wider than where you were on your neck muscles, a little bit more out to the sides. I like to let my fingertips rest on my head and press gently up with the thumbs. Again, my elbows are out when I do this. If that's a lot on your shoulders, bring your elbows down and press up with the tips of your fingers. In traditional Chinese medicine, the neck is considered the gateway, the bridge between the very earthy body and the heavenly mind. So it's really important location, has a big job, carries a lot of weight. So this movement here allows us to release or take away a little bit of that weight, at least the sensation of relieving some of that weight. With your long fingers now, move to the center. Come in from the ridge of the bone into the center. You'll feel a hollow. And using your tips of your long fingers, press in gently and up. Again, feeling a lift. My elbows are way up here, so if that's too much, let your elbows rest down. And explore. Maybe you like trying this with your thumb or with just one hand. Feeling the column of your spine, lifting information and fuel and emotion from the ground up into the wisdom of your mind. Take whichever fingers call out to you, place them on the crown of your head. We're going to release that point on the spine here. So rest fingers on the crown of your head, the meeting point of many channels of the body in traditional Chinese medicine. Bring the opposite hand to your third eye area on your forehead. We're not looking for any one finger to do anything in particular. Many fingers together mean that you are right in these different spots that are useful and powerful in traditional Chinese medicine. Hand at the top of your head, Bring it to the space between your nose and your mouth. Press in here, moving from mind down to body. Opposite hand leapfrogs and comes to your heart. Let the hand that was on your face join you. Imagine interlacing your fingers as if you're playing the instrument of your heart. And really feel your breath here. There's no need to change it, but just notice the rhythm, the lifting into your hands on the inhales and the settling on your exhales. And then finally, to really rest the shoulders, I'm just showing you here, rest your fingers in your lap with your thumbs touching and really allow those shoulders to come down here. So letting that breath once again bathe the area that you used your hands to guide, and let your shoulders soften as your head floats up. See if you can feel softness between the grounding of your body and the lifting of your head and your mind, the rising up. And the connection of your thumbs representing the bridge of your neck between body and mind, using the wisdom of your body, the intuition that you have to tend to yourself with a little bit of compassion. Bow your head in a gesture of gratitude. And thank you for joining me with this exploration. I hope your breath is smooth and carries you gracefully through the rest of your day.